Hey guys, this is Nadeshot, and today I'm bringing you a video that's basically pretty information packed. As you guys know, I got my start on YouTube through the MLG team for OPTIC Gaming, so that's kind of where my roots are. And in about a week, I'll be heading out to Columbus for the second event for the 2011 season. And for anyone that doesn't know, when these events happen, they stream most of the matches online. So you'll get to see the best players in the world playing one of your favorite games, and I really think that's something interesting to watch. And for anybody that doesn't know already, Halo and StarCraft are pretty popular for the spectating aspect of things, and I think the reason why Call of Duty sort of lacks in this aspect is because you guys don't know the players. You don't know the teams, and I think that makes it a lot more boring to watch if you don't know who's playing. So basically what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to give you a rundown of the top 16 teams going into MLG Columbus so that you can, get to know us a little better and really understand what you're watching when these matches are being streamed. So without further ado, let's get into these top 16 teams. All right, guys, going into Columbus, there is a championship bracket, and it consists of 16 teams. These are the teams that are considered pro as of right now. I'm not going to explain the bracket system in this video just because there's a lot of different variables to account for and where these teams end up in seeding wise. But these are the top 16 teams. I'm going to go through them 8 by 8. So we'll go 1 through 8 first, and then we'll go 9 through 16 next. And then I'll just do all the teams and players individually. All right, guys. So these top 16 teams are found based on pro points, and you accumulate pro points by playing in events. And these are the teams currently that have the most pro points amongst all 4 of their players, and that is why these teams have these seedings that they do. 1 through 8. So number 1 is coming in with Quantic Leverage. Number 2, Check 6 Resistance. 3, OPTIC Gaming. 4, Ground Zero. 5, Obey. 6, ENVYUS. 7, NEX-TT-HREAT. And 8, VWS. I'm kicking it off first with Leverage. This team consists of Ace, TEEPEE, Bob, and SCUMPY. They are the defending Pro Circuit champions. They won the first event in Dallas back in March. And this is the most fast-paced team on the circuit. They are probably the most fun team to watch as well just because of their play style. Ace, TP, SCUMPY just dominate on the scoreboard kill-wise. They just put up massive amounts of kills, while Bob is sort of that versatile player who can do whatever you need him to do at any given time. He can put up kills, he can run objective, or he can play the supporting role and get your cutoffs. Definitely watch out for them to win it again. I believe they are still the best team just because they have so many dominant players on a team, and they just know what they're doing at all times. They have great chemistry, and I truly think that if they play their cards right, they will win Columbus. Next, we have Resistance, who consists of Main, LYAR, Sharp, and Nameless. At Dallas, they shocked a lot of people by coming in at second. And I think the real reason that they got so far was because of their S&D game. LYAR is probably one of the smartest players on the pro circuit right now. He knows what to do in every single situation. And if you don't pay attention to what he's doing and what he's telling his teammates to do, they're going to run right through you. Main and Nameless are slayers to a certain point. I really don't think this team has that dominant player that a lot of other teams do. But they play well together, and that's why they play so well, and that's how they go so far in these tournaments. Sharp, he kind of sits back and lets his team do what they have to do to get flags and things like that. You'll see him sitting in random corners at sometimes, and a lot of people say this team plays pretty campy. I'd say they just do what it takes to win. They're a very smart team. They know what to do, and I'm not going to blame them for sitting back and playing more patient. Not as fun to watch as a team like Leverage, but definitely watch out for them at Columbus because I think they will do just as well as they did at Dallas. Coming in at number 3, we have OPTIC Gaming, which has RAMBO, MERK, BIGT, and JKAP all on the same roster. I think that they could win Columbus. I think it's a toss-up between Leverage and OPTIC Gaming. This is the team I played on at Dallas. I filled in for Rambo because he was sick, and now that he's back, they're better than ever. And MERK, BIGT, JKAP, like I said, all in the same roster. They can kill anything that moves. They know exactly what to do. Rambo is one of the smartest players in this game, just like LYAR. Those are the two that stand out in my mind as very good leaders and knowing what to do in every little scenario. This is a fun team to watch just because when they get on a roll, there's no stopping them. So watch out for them as well. Like I said, Leverage and Optic Gaming are my top two right now, so just keep an eye out, guys. At number 4, we have Ground Zero, which consists of Miles, PLUTO, BURZTZ, and Dose. PLUTO is actually a national champion. He won the event in Dallas last year for Modern Warfare 2, took home a pretty good prize. And the only players I really know something about is Miles and PLUTO. BURZTZ and Dose came out of nowhere at Dallas. The first event in 2011 by coming in at the 4 spot with John and Parasite, which aren't on the team anymore. Miles has been around the league for a while, as well as PLUTO, like I said, a national champion. So I'm really not sure what to expect from them. In my honest opinion, I'm not sure that they will make a huge impact at Columbus, but let's see if they can prove me wrong and come in with a strong finish. But to be blunt, I really don't think they'll be placing top 3 for that matter. Next, we have Obey, which consists of BREEZY, KRUMP, Sin, and Striker. Striker is probably one of my better friends on Xbox Live out of the players in MLG. He's a good guy. He's a great player. I teamed with him before. Sin is a very support-like player. He will do whatever it takes to win. You know, you never know what position he's going to play. Is he going to be slaying? Is he going to be grabbing flags? Is he going to be getting your cutoff? So he's a very fun player to watch. BREEZY and KRUMP, you know, I'm not sure how well they'll play at Columbus. You know, at Dallas, they didn't really play too well. I'm not sure if it was because of the LAN aspect of things, but I really don't know what to expect from this team. And I said that about Ground Zero, but this team hasn't been playing that much, just like a lot of the teams, because PSM was down. But I trust in Sin and Striker to do a good job, so I think that they can make it far. They just need to get past their early rounds and just play consistent throughout the entire tournament if they want to place high at Columbus. At number 6, we have Team ENVYUS, which I'm sure all of you have some idea of who they are. HASTRO is a very big name in the Call of Duty scene. He's a good guy, and he has Terrorists and Fears and STAINVILLE backing him up. So this team will place well. They are a great team with consistent players. STAINVILLE is one of the most dominant players on the pro circuit. In my opinion, throughout COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops, he's always been a top 5 player. And he's one of my favorite players to watch and play against just because you never know what he's going to do. You never know if he's going to pull out that 30 bomb in CTF or Domination or whatever the game type may be. Terrorist was actually on that national championship team last year with PLUTO and Mutation. Fears was actually on my team for a little bit, but then he went back to ENVYUS. He's a great player. This team has a lot of weapons at their exposure or at their disposal. Sorry, at their exposure. I don't even know what that was. But this is definitely a team that you guys have to watch out for. I expect them to place well just like they did at Dallas, and I can't wait to watch them play. The number 7 seed consists of CENSOR, Vengeance, RJ34, Mutation, and they make up the team NEX-TT-HREAT. This is a team that my team has the opportunity to play against, has had the opportunity. They are a very fast-paced team, in my opinion. CENSOR is the objective for the most part. You'll see him pulling a lot of flags. Vengeance, RJ, Mutation, in Modern Warfare 2 were all great support players. So, like other teams, I don't think they have that dominant Slayer, but they make up for it in consistent play and backing each other up. You never know who's going to put up a lot of kills, but RJ34 he's a really cool guy in real life, actually. So I would love to see this team do well. To be honest, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm really on the edge and on the fence of how they'll do, But either way, definitely watch out for them at Columbus. And last but not least, in the top 8, we have VWS. They have KALANI, VEXEL, PARASITE, and FHAST. PARASITE is a very good LAN player. He's a great slayer. He did really well at Dallas. And then we have VEXEL, who was on ENVYUS for Modern Warfare 2 on their national championship team. He was good back then, so I don't see why he wouldn't be as good as a player as he on Black Ops. So those are the only 2 players that I'm really familiar with. I know of KALANI and FHAST, but I don't know how they play or their play styles in general. So I'm not sure how they're going to play, and I can't really give a good opinion on it if I haven't seen them. So just watch out for this team, because I know Parasite and VEXEL can put up big numbers. So I'm very interested to see how they do. Just keep an eye out for them at Columbus, but that's about it for them. Now that the top 8 is wrapped up, I can get into 9 through 16. This consists of Uprising, Fear, Optic Nation, Legend Status, Force, Motivation, Twisted Method, and Icons. Coming in at number 9, we have Uprising, which consists of RECK, Chopped Image, Silly, and POIZON. Chopped Image has been around this league for a long time. I teamed with him back in 08, so I know that he is a good player. Silly, he was he kind of came out of nowhere, to be honest, in COD 4, and I didn't really see much of him in Modern Warfare 2, but I know he is a good player, and I know he can do well. RECK and POIZON I'm familiar with, but I don't know specifically how they play. I have not seen this team play, so I can't really, like I said, I can't really give you guys an opinion on a team that I haven't seen play. Do I think they are a top 5 team? No. Do I think that they can place well? Maybe. It's just someone that you have to look out for, and I just wanted to give you guys a background on the players that I do know. So yeah, just watch out for them, I guess. Number 10, Team Fear. We have Moho, Assassin, John, Dito. John is coming from Ground Zero. He is a very young player. He played well at Dallas, so I think he is a very good player that has the potential to do well. Assassin, who is one of my favorite players on the pro circuit. He's a good guy, great player, arguably the best COD 4 competitive player in this world. Moho, to be honest, I don't think he is that good of a player. That's just my opinion. I know I might get some hate from that, but he is a good leader and he knows how to play. It's just this team has had so many changes. I wouldn't expect them to do well. DDox is a good player as well. In my opinion, I really don't think they'll do that well just because of inconsistencies in their roster and just how the team has been handled in the past couple months. They could prove me wrong and do well, but they had a very disappointing finish at Dallas. I think I don't even know if they placed top 12. They must have if they have this number 10 seed, but I really don't expect big things from them at Columbus. Next, we have my team, better known as Optic Nation, coming at the 11th seed. It consists of PROOFY, Felonies, Option, and myself. PROOFY is arguably the best player in the game, or one of the best. I don't think anybody will dispute this idea. He's been on top ever since COD 4. He's a great player and always knows what to do. Felonies is a very young player, but he does big things. He puts up good numbers. Option was sort of a last-minute pickup. He's a very good friend of mine. I've known him for a very long time. He's a great support player. You never know if he's going to put up kills or pull a flag. And myself, I played well at Dallas, and I'm hoping to do the same at Columbus. We haven't been playing the best in team scrims as of late. I'm not too worried about it just because I think when we get on LAN and we get serious about it, we'll do well. But as long as we play consistent, I think we'll have a strong top 5 or top 8 finish. And I'm really not being biased. That's just my opinion. Do we have the potential to win Columbus? I think every team has the potential to win Columbus. It's just how you play against other teams. But I'm definitely hoping to get a top 5 finish. But again, that may sound biased, but that's just my opinion. Next, we have Legend Status, who's holding down the 12th seed. This team is made up of Virus, Too Quick, FZERP, and Diz. Virus was actually on NEX-TT-HREAT at Dallas, but unfortunately he got sick midway through the tournament, so his team had to forfeit. They had to play 3-4 without him. Too Quick was on Resistance for Dallas as well, and I'm not sure why he left after they got that second place finish, but everyone has their reasons for leaving teams, and I'm not going to blame him for what he did. FZERP, kind of a source sport, if you will. He was on Hysteria, which was a team at Dallas. He actually teamed with FELONIES, and you have to play consolation matches for these events if you lose, and he kind of just ditched his team and didn't play after that. So I'm not a big fan of FZERP just for that reason. Shows poor sportsmanship, and I'm not a big fan of that. I like everybody to be fair towards each other and not just leave your team and kind of just leave the event. I thought it was pretty rude, but I'm not going to get into that as much. Diz, he was on Envy towards the beginning of this game. He's a cool guy, great player. So I think this team can do well. If FZERP gets mad, and he's not really a smart player either, so I think he could hold them back. But besides that, Virus, Too Quick, and Diz, they're all cool people, great guys, great players. So I would love to see them place well. I'm excited to see them play, but I think FZERP is going to hold them back. Coming in at the number 13 seed, we have Force. I'm not going to talk about this team too much just because I'm not familiar with any of their players. These people haven't really been big names in the Call of Duty scene. I'm familiar with the names, but I really can't tell you anything about them. I'm not sure how well they'll do, so I'm not really even going to get into it. I apologize if they are watching. I just don't know much about you guys or what your team is about or how you guys play. But good luck to them at Columbus, and at least you know that they're a team that is in the top 16. So just keep an eye out. Team Motivation is making up the 14th seed. Consists of Samzors, Janny, P90, and Vascular. Samzors and Janny have always been around. They're good players. P90 was on Motivation in Dallas, and so was Vascular. They have a new roster, so they could place better or they could place worse than Dallas. They had a disappointing finish, but since it is the new roster, anything is possible. I think Samzors and Janny are great players. Samzors is a really cool guy, and I would love to see them place well. We're coming up on that last seed, that's 16th, but for now we have 15, which is Twisted Method. They have Pwnstar, Solo, Saints, and I Run Delaware. Solo is actually a very good player, and Pwnstar as well. I watched them play at Dallas, and I was very surprised. I think that this could be a breakthrough team. Will they place top 5? I don't think so. Top 8, doable for them. Not familiar with Delaware. Saints, he did well at Dallas. He played with D-Dox, who's now on Team Fear. So we'll see how they do. Excited to watch every team play, but I would love to see a sleeper team do well and come out of nowhere and place very high. So it would be cool to see a team like this do that. Last but not least, at that 16 seed, we have Icons. This is one of my favorite teams. It consists of Ego, Twiz, Snippers, and Revan. This team came out of nowhere at Dallas and played well. They placed high, and to be honest, nobody really thought they could do it. And after that, they still have doubters and haters, whatever you want to call them. But OPTIC Nation has been scrimming them, and they have been beating us. They have been doing well, and I really think they could come out of nowhere and place very high at Columbus. Like I said, one of my favorite teams. Ego plays a mean objective. He runs down. He's got head down, ass up, like we like to say, objective. Kind of just runs in there, grabs the flag when you least expect it. Snippers, Revan, and Twiz always seem to be in the right spot when Ego gets a pull. So watch out for this team coming through and placing well in the top 16 in this pro circuit. Alright guys, that's going to wrap this video up. I know it was long and I know it was a lot of information to take in. I hope I did a good enough job for you guys to somewhat understand who is on these teams, and so you can get a better following of these players and really understand what's going on in these streams. I hope you guys watch it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, you know, I'm going to come out with a vlog today. I had one yesterday, but I deleted it. I didn't like the way it turned out. I'm going to come out with another one, give you guys an update, what's going on. Sniping videos, gameplays, commentaries, they're all coming, I promise. And that's going to be about it. YouTube. We'll see you fucking later.